The story of the siggy, soggy, sigardy thing. The skies were blue and the sun was bright on the morning where Sigurd got given his horse to become the biggest, baddest, bestest knight that Iceland had ever seen. He'd spoken to King Elf, who gave him the horse and his first mission. He was sent to attack Fanfare the dragon, who was said to hold the most amazing pot of gold that would bring with it many magic powers and so much good luck. He went deep into the forest to carve the most amazing sword that you ever did see, and when it was ready, he rode up the hill and through the forests and down through the swamps, and suddenly he saw him, the mighty Fanfare, with his beautiful golden ring encrusted into his nose. And he jumped out of the bushes, leapt at the dragon, skewered him in his heart, and the dragon went as he fell to the floor, and again he stabbed the dragon, knowing that soon what he had to do was awful. He loved dear Fanfare with his beautiful scaly skin, but now he needed to eat him. So he cut him up into tiny little pieces, and to drink his blood was to give him magic powers where he'd be able to talk to the birds and the bees and the butterflies. He'd be totally at one with nature. So he started to it, and he emptied the blood into a little tiny glass, and he poured in some tomato ketchup, some Coca-Cola, some salt, some pepper, and some Kellogg's cornflakes, and quickly he ate it all down. And as he sat up, suddenly he could hear the birds in the trees saying, "Kerry, what's that, Craig? Lovely morning, isn't it? Well, I can't really stop. I've got to be off." And he knew he'd inherited the magical powers. He takes the dragon's ring and his little pot of gold, ties it to his belt, and disappears off into the forest, trotting along with his beautiful horse. And he sees a huge fire in the distance, and he hurtles towards it, coming faster and faster, and he can hear screams coming from inside, and it says, "Help me! Help, my hair! It's burning! It's burning!" And so he looks in and he sees a beautiful woman, and he puts out his hand, he reaches in, and he rescues her from the fire, and he says, "Dear maiden, what is your name?" She looks at him and she says, "My name's Brynhilda, and I think I love you." He says, "Brynhilda, I'm under your spell and I love you deeply. I'd like you to marry me." So he pulls the golden ring from the dragon's nose that he holds in his little tiny bag. He slips it onto her finger, and he realises it's too big, and he says, "I'm sorry." And she says, "It's all right, it'll do for now."